real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Samantha Sanchez was best friends with the defendant, and the defendant's family was always there for her. Samantha claims she was almost shot while the defendant was fighting with a girl, and Samantha's suing her today for unpaid rent. Defendant Monica Black admits she and Samantha were best friends, despite the fact that Samantha slept with a guy who Monica was interested in while Samantha was married. Monica denies owing Samantha for anything.
Start with you.
Me and Monica have been friends since high school. We instantly clicked, became sisters afterwards. I went through a lot with my family, just certain incidents and stuff. Monica and her family helped me out a lot with that situation. They came, they let me stay at their house, they fed me all kinds of stuff. We went to concerts together, everything together all the time, you know what I mean? And then we were at a concert one time. She was fighting with this girl about her ex-boyfriend cheating on her. And then the cops were yelling, disperse or we will shoot.
The cops threatened to shoot you because what?
Because she was trying to fight this girl.
Okay. She swung at her or something?
Yeah, and she spit on her face.
She attacked her?
Yeah, well, she spit on her,
Okay.
and then the girl did nothing, and then they just started fighting after that. I was trying to convince her to walk away, just walk away, and she wasn't walking away.
Okay.
Honestly, she's a spoiled brat. Anything that comes her way, if she doesn't like it, she throws a fit about it. We had been planning to move with each other for over a year, and then she's supposed to save money from her taxes. She's supposed to do all kinds of stuff. She was supposed to help me find a place. She didn't help me find a place. She sent me 3 places off of Craigslist. That's all she did the whole entire time.
But you all became roommates?
Yeah, because she's my best. This girl was my everything. We did everything together. When we got our own places.
Why couldn't you get along then?
I tried. I tried really hard.
Okay, but you couldn't. So why did you move in with her?
Because we had already signed a lease.
Okay, so you got along until you signed the lease.
No, not every day. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but I mean, she was still, at the end of the day, I could still call on her, and she could still call on me.
At the end of the day. But my question is, prior to moving in with her, hadn't you noticed that she was problematic, that there were problems? You just told me she's a spoiled brat. She was fighting, she spits in people's faces. She was horrible. But I moved in with her.
Yeah, because I loved her, and honestly, I didn't realize the things before this.
Question is, prior to moving in with her, hadn't you noticed that she was problematic, that there were problems? You just told me she's a spoiled brat. She was fighting, she spits in people's faces. She was horrible.
Plaintiff Samantha Sanchez is suing her former friend, who claims Samantha had sex with a man whom she was interested in while Samantha was married.
You give me some background, ma'am, then we'll get to the rent she's suing you for.
All right, so like she said, you know, best friends, high school, clicked just like that. Had our problems, like sleeping with some guy that I've liked since I was 14 years old while married, you know. And then...
That was before you all moved in with each other?
Oh, yeah. And then problems while I was pregnant, she kind of wasn't there for me because I couldn't go drinking and partying.
Because I couldn't be there whenever Monica wanted, right?
What else? I'll ask you the same question. If she was doing all these things that you disapproved of and had all these character flaws, and you all got into all these arguments, particularly over a man, why would you decide that it was a good move for you all to become roommates?
I just brushed it off my shoulders, you know. She's somebody I didn't want to lose, somebody that I thought was always going to be there for me.
Okay, and what changed the fact that you didn't want to lose her?
When after a couple days after we signed the lease, we had this blowout.
It was worse than any other incident?
Worse than anything, yeah.
Okay, let me hear from you about what happened, ma'am.
She texted me the day that I moved in saying that she wasn't going to move in with me because somebody had told her that I was talking crap about her, saying that she was a slob smoking cigarettes in her car. That's why she didn't want to move in.
A slob for smoking cigarettes in her car, so therefore she's not going to move in with you.
Did my best friend even ask me if I ever said any of that?
No,
she didn't.
How old are you, young ladies? How old are you?
I'm 22.
How old
and
are
I'm
you?
21.
All right. I'm not moving in with you because you told somebody I'm a slob when I smoke cigarettes.
And I have the text of all of it too right here.
Uh-huh.
And
what was your response?
I said, because she says, I'm sorry, but I can't live with you. And I said, why? And she said, because the things I heard today. Well, what did you hear? And then 20 minutes later, she finally tells me that, are you serious right now? Doesn't that sound made up? Like, can you at least have enough respect to me to ask me if I actually said that? No, she just assumed that I said it.
You have the text.
Yeah.
Where it says, I'm not moving in with you because you told somebody I smoke cigarettes and I'm a slob with cigarettes.
That's not exactly how.
You tell
No,
me
that
how
is
it
exactly how it went, because I have it right
went.
here.
You tell me.
That big old fight, that blowout that we had at the house that we said both signed the lease for. You know, we had that big old fight, and then the next day.
And we made up after that
Be
fight.
quiet, ma'am.
And then the next day, we call, or I hear, I haven't told anybody about the fight. Nobody knew. And then this girl comes into my work telling me everything. And I had no choice but to believe her because I hadn't told anybody
All right, enough
else.
with the kitty gossip. Now, she never moved in,
Yeah, I
but
didn't
she
spend a
told you
day
she
in my
wasn't
life in
going to
that
move
house.
in. And at that point, how did you all determine who would owe what?
We didn't determine anything.
All right,
It
and
was
so
just
you're suing her for $5,000 for what time frame?
for our year lease that we signed.
Okay.
It's 13 months.
And how much was the rent per month?
$9.95.
All right, did you try and get a replacement roommate?
I'm not gonna get a replacement room.
I
Good
tried
enough.
to get a
Not gonna
replacement
All right.
roommate. I had somebody set up and everything.
She
No,
had
she
someone
refused.
set
She
up?
didn't have anybody set up.
No,
All
she
right.
And I
refused
told
Well,
her.
you've expressed your desire, and your desire is not to have one. And the law is that you get no money unless you try to get a replacement roommate. And you've already said you have no intention of getting a replacement roommate, so you have every intention of paying all the rent yourself. When she told you she wasn't living there, your intention was, I'm never going to get a roommate. Just like you just told me, I'm never
Because
going
I
to get a
just went through
roommate.
that with
Claim
her.
dismissed. You're never going to get a roommate. Have a good day.